The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. The flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne. Hear my drum, you know it's near. Your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776. Lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, oh, oh. 1776.
Hello. I put you up first.
How do you spell recess?
RECCESS, I think.
What is that?
REC, and I think it's CCESS.
No, his recess appointments. Trump's recess.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. It's either one or two C's.
RECCES?
Yeah, ESS. RECCESS. That's the way we spell success.
Yeah, that's all
right. That's a little cheer from cheerleading.
If you hear noise in the background, that's a spin cycle, the fucking dryer. You hear it?
Yeah, you laundering money over there?
That's right. Got to clean it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Sean will be here when he gets here. He's always fashionably late. But so it's another Monday. I'm going to start out with a prayer.
Is it all right?
Huh? All right. So we got, in the past, I heard about you, but now I have seen you with my own eyes. And that's Job 42:5. And then following it up with, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him and he helps us. And that's Psalm 28:7. Amen. For today. You notice I still have the same background, but I like that one. I was trying to load up a new one this morning, but I didn't get it in time. But, so yesterday I watched the NASCAR race, and there was something that was going on. I don't know how many people seen it afterwards, but it was pretty darn disgusting. Check this out. Who in the heck does that to a kid on national TV?
I just missed that.
I'll play it again. You won't believe this. This was on TV yesterday. That's Michael Jordan doing that.
Well, I know who it is, but that was weird. That I didn't see that until just now. Wow, that's strange to say the least.
Well, we're sitting with everything that just came out and everything. Why would you do that? I don't get it. I don't get that.
Yeah,
That's like if that was my kid, I'd have been like pulling him aside if I would have seen something like that.
yeah. I think that was the kid from the driver that won. I think that's who that kid was.
I still don't care. You still don't grab some little kid's butt like that.
No, I think it's very strange and
Not in public like that.
Inappropriate at the
Joke
least.
around, it's different.
inappropriate at the least. You know what I mean? So
You know the kid or something like that joking around, if you know the father, something like that, but not in public like that, you know.
yeah.
No. I know. I mean, my dad used to do that every once in a while and say, "Oh, you're putting on some weight" or something like that, but it was always like joking, and it was not like where you keep on squeezing and
Listen, I
everything.
stopped doing that to my kids when they were 10 years old. I wouldn't make them, about the sitting on the lap and stuff like my daughters. I'm talking about.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
But that's,
Yeah, you get to an age where it's inappropriate for that kind of stuff, and I thought that was like super, super inappropriate. Super.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm sure he'll be in interviews. Being a Daytona 500 winning team owner, I'm sure he'll be in some interviews. So hopefully, maybe somebody asks him about that and says, "Hey,
Yeah,
what were you
even if
thinking during this time? What's going on?"
even if you know the kid, you would still do that, like do something like that in private. You wouldn't, even then, I don't even know why you would, to tell you. If it was your kid, yeah, but not somebody else's kid.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So, how's everybody doing today? How's the weekend? Everybody had a good, short, quick weekend.
oh, they're just peachy.
Valentine's Day.
Grandson's birthday. They got 2,500 different types of toys.
Mhm.
I bought him a racing car there what he's into. What do
Can you
call
talk up a little bit,
Yeah, you
George?
gotta speak up, George. I can't hear you.
Oh, about dinosaurs. I got the dinosaur. Oh, did I do the thing? Maybe I got the wrong thing here. Hold on. Let me check my mic. Make sure I got the right mic.
There you go.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Okay, let's see. A little mic there.
Did you do a mic check?
Speaking of Mike checks, here's one for you. I know you went and saw Mike Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
He's gonna be he's gonna come to when he comes to Savannah. He's gonna do a comedy, a stand-up comedy routine for us.
He was good. He was good. Now the comic that was on with him though was that guy was good, but I think he was a Trump hater.
Collins, that Collins guy.
Yeah, I think he was a Trump hater. And
Well, he was on those night shows, so right away. They wouldn't put a guy
yeah,
that loves Trump on those night shows. Say right now.
yeah, yep, yeah. He's from out that way, so yeah, he's from out that way. I think it's something in the water they have. You know what I mean?
Mm. I'm excited though because he got a hold of me yesterday and asked if he could do that, and I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he was good. I'll tell you what, he had a good. He was good. He was good. He was now in his showing of it. The way the comics go, the one that's the headliner was that guy Collins, and he goes longer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike did very good. Yeah, Mike was good, and it was funny. He did a little Trump impersonation, which was good. It was actually kind of funny. He tied it into when you get these subscriptions, for things and you can't get out of them.
Yeah.
His joke was I don't want to kill it, so maybe I'll just refrain from saying too much about it. But he did Trump, and he said it would be Trump should make a thing like TrumpSubscriptions.com, like instead like the Trump RX. And I think it was actually kind of funny. It really was good. So
yeah, I like his sense of humor, so I think it'd be pretty good. Plus, it'll give us something to do.
Yep,
too.
it was good. And actually, it's funny. He looked very comfortable up there. It was a pretty big room. It was like usually a comedy club has a smaller venue, but I guess because of Valentine's Day, they made it a bigger venue in a ballroom. What's that, George?
Let's get ready for Mark.
The Lion King? But it was good. A good time. And if he does the comedy in Savannah, that would be awesome. So
I think so. I thought it was a great idea. I really did.
Yep.
So how's everybody else doing? Any comments in there? What do you call it? I got to figure out why why my thing here? I have to.
You're
sign
looking
up.
down and you're saying my thing here. What are you talking about,
No,
Joe?
the
Yeah.
Rumble
What
shows
thing
that
are you talking
I gotta
about?
sign in again, but I have a primary for Rumble already. So it's
Oh.
asking me to sign in.
You
So
know, Rumble makes me verify I'm a human.
oh
Well,
yeah.
that's
I
an
get that
important thing
thing.
today. That's an important thing today. Well, it's AI stuff. I guess that's an important deal.
Yeah. Well, I thought I looked human, but apparently they don't. So Greg Gutfeld was talking about media bias, and we talk about that kind of stuff all the time about how it's all left, just like you were talking about the comment. Check this out.
We're way past the part of caring about what CNN or anyone in the mainstream media has to say about anything because there's no coming back from the Biden era. We were under no obligation to believe or even take them seriously. I keep trying to think, is there anything I would take seriously if it came from the mainstream media? The weather, sports scores, celebrity deaths. That's really small turf. And it could be done by AI. So I can't envision what else you could trust them on. CNN to me is like a constantly cheating spouse who gaslit you every time they came home, smelling like cheap perfume and their underwear on backwards. So I imagine it even must be frustrating for them because even if they change their ways, everybody else is like, we're just going to move on.
It goes to show you. I mean, even mainstream media, which is the five, knows the mainstream media is all bullshit. Look at all this Guthrie stuff over and over and over and over again.
Look what happened. I saw yesterday. I was telling you about it. There was the governor of Maryland on one of the I think it was ABC. I said, oh, let me listen to this bullshit that this guy's saying. So anyway, he was talking about, that crime is down in the state. Everybody loves him in the state. Blah, blah. I think this guy's looking for a presidential spot. That's what I think. He's like a Barack Obama style. And then he was talking about the ICE agents, how they're policing and all that other stuff. He didn't mention that they saved 3,000 kids, children trafficking in Minnesota, and they arrested 4,000 illegals, crimes that they committed so many times over and over again. And the best line, he says, well, there's no problem for X and ICE for ID or a court order. They need a court order before they go break into a house. So what perked me up was about the ID word. Now, you're complaining about the SAFE Act that they're trying to pass, that you're talking about, Jim Crow and all that shit about the ID, but you want the ICE agents to present an ID. So, I mean, talk about being morons, as they always are, and how they bring these things up about this ID thing. The real culprit of the story, the reason why they closed the shutdown of the government, is the Epstein files. And what else? Good tricks. You gave me that smile. What else was it?
Well, it's there's no enforcement when some of the stuff isn't funded, and there's enforcement on some of the stuff when it's
And
not
some of the
funded.
headlines didn't show up yesterday either.
I didn't have any yesterday at all.
Nobody had them yesterday.
Have what?
Chemtrails.
Oh, because there's government partial shutdown.
Yeah, that's what happens. It happened the last time too. But that's what they're doing. Is they're saying it's because of the ID and the ICE agents and everything else. But as soon as they came out with all that stuff about the Epstein files, it's really terrible about the Epstein files because about the mutilation of kids, what they did to them. Plus, they were eating children. They got videos of it.
Yeah, we're gonna tomorrow. Tomorrow we can go really heavy into that kind of stuff if you want. I know you got some stuff today, and I do too. But a lot of people don't believe it. And
you can't believe people would do something like that. Cannibals, yeah. But that's what we became, the satanic thing that they want to do, the rituals that they do about satanic stuff and blood transfusions of young kids, and they figure they can live a long time. But I should have recorded that one that
I've got a bunch of stuff from over the
Did you see
weekend.
the one that Kennedy,
I
did you
can
see
dump.
the one that Kennedy did with that ugly woman from?
Oh yeah, Della Rosa. Della Rosa, her name with the
Did you see
purple
what he
hair.
said? I couldn't record it. I was laughing so hard I couldn't record it.
What do you say? She looks like the alien or something
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
If you think this is
I missed that.
oh, I'm talking about funny, he did it on the floor of Congress.
Yeah.
We showed a picture of her with these weird glasses on. Bad enough, she looks like a tree bagger.
Well, she's
With the
always
glasses.
wearing the weird glasses. She's always got them crazy
Yeah.
blue or green.
Dude, that's a dude. That ain't even a woman. It can't be.
You know what?
Daddy.
Yeah, dude looks like a lady. Or whatever it is, right there.
First time I seen her, I was like, that's a guy. That's not a woman. No way. My spidey senses are usually pretty good on that when when you see somebody in person, but I don't know. But to me, she looks like a guy. But do you guys remember this? And it's all true now.
At the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Is that supposed to be a bad thing?
I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere.
I love when he answers them with a question.
Yeah. Yeah. And he didn't deny it. He just all he said is that's supposed to be a bad thing. And I remember that press conference and stuff. So I dug around till I found that. But I thought it was beautiful the way he did it.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you it's real.
But you know what though? It's so. Speaking over the weekend, speaking about a pedophile because they just showed. Yeah, they asked him about ending the pedophiles or whatever. So Lana went to our local Target on Saturday, and there was a little ICE protest outside. There was about, I don't know, about maybe 10 people all sitting there about ICE and all. One with blue hair, typical stuff. So as Lana was walking in, somebody was a younger guy, people were behind her, and they were like cheering them on or something. And Lana yelled, "Until an illegal hurts one of yous." So now they're walking in the store, and the guy goes, "Oh, what did you vote for the pedophile?" Lana just said, "You need to learn a lot, pal." You know what I mean? Like it was just, but people are idiots out there.
It's not stupid because of what they hear. They hear it on the news. That's the problem. That's all they hear. The local news, they bash Trump through the whole thing. All the local news, especially New York. Everything. It has nothing to do with that Alibaba there, Mandami, put that grocery store that only lasted 2 days, got it all cleared out.
Yeah, what happened with that grocery store?
Yeah, they cleaned it all out. There was people with Mercedes driving up and get free food.
You ought to go in there and do a little video, do a walkthrough. Do a little walkthrough of it.
Did you get any snow?
Yeah, we got a couple inches here this morning.
Aw, you poor babies, mine all melted.
I was hoping that we'd be out of the I think tomorrow it's going to be up to like 50s or something. I got to look at the weather, but
we had 50, 55 yesterday. All the snow melted, but then super thick fog this morning. Like you could cut it with a knife. It's so thick.
Yeah,
tomorrow is 47. The next day is 50. The Thursday is 47. So the snow, anything will be gone, thankfully, because I'm tired of it.
I'm way tired of the snow. I've had enough this year. I don't like calling the county and bitching about my driveway. So they probably don't like me either. Did you guys see the latest report from about Guthrie?
No, what?
That's what it seems like. The Keystone cops there. It's just like they don't know what they're doing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the whole crazy thing. I don't know if it's. Sometimes I say this is staged. Sometimes I say it's not so staged. Yeah, I don't know. I think too many strange things happening in this. The other thing is, how about her husband? Savannah Guthrie's husband.
Yeah, where is it?
He's off in Florida with the kids. So I could imagine like my mother-in-law getting taken, abducted, and me telling my wife, "Hey, look, you got a lot of shit going on here. I'm going to take the kids to Florida."
Yeah, right. That would go over real swell, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I just that has to say what the hell's going on, right?
I'll still swear that this is all a distraction and a setup, because the coincidences of her being the first to interview somebody about Jeffrey Epstein and everything, there's just too much, with her husband being the internet scrubber and working for the Clintons. It's just it's too convoluted to just be an accident. And even one reporter said there's no way you would just wander to that house accidentally, and then they're finding, why were the police taking the gloves off and throwing them on the ground?
All over the place.
Yeah, why? But
So now they got to find the gloves that match the guy.
Wait, what are you saying with the gloves?
They said they found all the gloves thrown all over the place. You know that the FBI and the cops.
Oh, the cops, the investigators' gloves.
The original club. They threw the gloves right in the woods. So now it throws everybody off about the investigation, because they're looking for the gloves that the guy had on the camera there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're unbelievable. But
I think it was a sloppy investigation on purpose. I'm going to stand by that one. Because that way, if you can't solve it because there's so many mistakes, they picked that sheriff, and that sheriff didn't want to give over to the FBI right away. They basically had a little argument about that. So it's almost like number one, the sheriff there is a Democrat. Number two, the sheriff won. His people hated the sheriff, but he won the election because there was some cheating going on there. So that's another good one, because it's Arizona. It's not far from Maricopa County. So, there was cheating going on. So he got elected, and the whole district hates him. So, and he's a Democrat. So what does that tell you? He's helping to cover up something. Mm-hmm.
So everybody, I tell you, that's one thing about the Democrats. They protect each other pretty good.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do.
And they really stick together really good. So anyway.
Well, it's then what was they say that it's going to be months, if not years, until this is solved. Oh, God, I hope not. That's the only thing on TV. I would like to see something else, right?
I'm about sick of it. Was it yesterday? I think it was. They had Candace DeLong, who does that Deadly Women on the ID channel. And that woman is dumber than a box of rocks. When they have her on the regular show, she's all put together. It sounds real good. And they were interviewing her yesterday about this the Guthrie thing, and she was stumbling over her words and everything. I was actually quite shocked.
Wow. Hey, we have an international guest in the chat right now. Do you know that?
International guest? Who's international?
Yeah.
What is it, Chris traveling overseas?
Chris Ippolito's overseas. He's in Qatar right now, so he's. I think he's trying to get us another airplane for Trump.
What kind of guitar is he playing?
What's that?
What kind of guitar is he playing?
6-string.
Oh, cool.
But that's where he's at. He's in Qatar.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not just the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
Let's stick that video.
You have to warn me before you said that. I was just drinking my coffee and I almost spit it all over the computer.
I'm not saying anything. Again, that's it. That's all.
I can't understand a word he's saying.
Guitar. It was perfect for that. I love that. I think it's so funny.
It'd be good if you could bring up, like in those TikTok videos when there's a video going on and you see the guy's like talking about, but like let's say the box is like this big and the guy's like only this big. He's talking about the video. Yeah. That'd be great if you could bring Trump up in George's box like that. That would be awesome. I can't understand what the guy's saying.
It would be, wouldn't it? When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's George. I'm saving that one for her."
Or even George's background with Trump going like this right now. If he turned around and goes, I don't know what this guy's saying. I don't know.
That was so funny. Yeah. Oh, so where I got something about the Epstein files about this is from Catherine Austin Fitz, and she's pretty good. She does stuff about the Federal Reserve and money laundering and how they're trying to take this down. But I thought this is pretty interesting, I thought.
Jonathan Cook. Epstein's MO looks a lot like a gangland boss who requires initiates to take part in a hit before they become fully fledged members of the mob. His network of friends and acquaintances were hiding with him, all assuming they were untouchable. This is exactly why so many millions of documents released have been carefully redacted, chiefly not to protect his victims, who are apparently identified pretty often, but to protect the predatory circles he serviced. Fingerprints of intelligence services, particularly Israel's, are to be found, and oh, are they ever to be found, in the latest dump of files. Ghislaine Maxwell, whose media tycoon father, Robert, was exposed after his death as an Israeli agent, a Mossad agent, and Epstein's longstanding best buddy, Ehud Barak, a former head of Israeli military intelligence, are all over these files. Epstein was helping Israel broker security deals with countries such as Mongolia and Russia. There was an active Israeli military intelligence officer, Yoni Koren, and Barak, the former prime minister of Israel, was asking Epstein to wire funds to his Koren's account. And here we get to the Gaza connection big time. Epstein advises Barak to find out more about U.S. data analysis firm Palantir and to meet its founder, Peter Thiel. In 2024, Israel signed a deal with Palantir for AI services to help the Israeli military select targets to kill in Gaza. So Silicon Valley is all over the Epstein files, all over.
Right.
And they're all over them through Israel, which is deeply connected to Epstein.
So, but it's deeper than that, because if you look at what Epstein was financing and networking, he was financing and networking with the money he was presumably laundering all these different parts of the control grid. So if you look at the digital control grid, whether it's the infrastructure and software like Palantir or it's crypto and programmable money, if you look at what's shown in these files, he is steadily financing and networking the whole infrastructure of what you're going to need to do Gaza in America.
Yep.
If you look at the control that the New York Fed member banks have, whether of the government as depository or running the exchange stabilization fund or money going in and out, wire transferring the country, the Mossad in Israel can't do anything unless the New York Fed member banks and therefore the CIA are on board for it. So this can't be an independent Mossad operation without complete integration with the New York Fed member banks and the CIA. It just can't. It's the
Right.
the infrastructure is controlled by the U.S. empire, so to speak.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And
So-
now Gaza is looking more and more to me like a big.
Good job.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, that's part of the reason why they didn't want to release the files, because it's all intelligence.
Listen,
yeah.
they used them all. The CIA used them. You got Mossad used them, and MI6 used them. And he was making money hand over foot because these people were requesting children, and the children they were getting, they didn't give them to them free. Well, what kind of kid you want? Well, we got the prices 10 to 20,000 if you want a kid from a certain age to a certain age. Then we got 25 to 50,000. These people had money. They didn't care. They didn't care about paying for the kid. Epstein did not give him a kid for free. Epstein did not. He trafficked them, but he didn't give them. He paid for money, whatever he did to get the kids. But he was making money on these, what do you call,
And all the tricks.
and all the, especially the people, who have money, the elites and everything else. So that's why they're saying that they were talking about it's going to take the British monarchy down.
I think Epstein was more involved with maybe the just underage kids, right? But
it's them they have proof of
sexualizing them and then getting these people under camera or some type of proof that they were doing it, and then turn around blackmailing them. Yeah.
Absolutely. What they say from the videos and everything else is that they were cannibalizing the kids and stuff like that.
Well, I think that's more something with the infants, wasn't it? That wasn't like.
Well, no, it's all kids. It's all
Kids,
kids.
Really?
Yep, they didn't care. I mean,
Not that there's a difference between infants and kids. I'm just saying. I thought it was.
but it just. But how evil are these people? It's all satanic shit and everything else. You know, they believe that they transfer transfusion blood from a young kid to them, they'll look younger. Look, Pelosi did it. They know Pelosi did it for a fact. She's got to be on that list. I can't wait. Guaranteed she'll be on that list. They're all together. I mean, you got Republicans too. It's not only Democrats.
They were farming the kids. That's the most evil part of it, is that some of the girls that were like 12 and 13, they were getting them knocked up with Jeffrey Epstein's sperm, basically, and having all these babies, and then they were using those babies for their sacrifices and everything. There was one girl that was in the dump, and she was like 14 or 15, and she already had like 6 kids. And it was Ghislaine Maxwell that would help deliver them. And they had an Israeli doctor that would come in and help deliver them too. And they would immediately take the baby away. And that's what they were doing. Chris Cornell even had a song about it. And it right in the lyrics, it talks about how they were farming babies while the slaves were working, and that the blood was on the table and he's going to go hungry. And he's one of them that supposedly committed suicide with Chester Bennington when they were investigating all the slave trade and the child trafficking and everything. I don't think either one of them committed suicide.
Well, you got the Bush and Clinton together was sitting in Haiti. You know, there were 3 big orphanages there that they were trafficking kids from. Mm-hmm. And they were involved in that. The old time Bush and George Bush Sr. there and Clinton. In fact, I never forget, they were on an interview with a news media, and they were talking about something, and all of a sudden Clinton grabbed his leg when he was going to go off track about something, because they made so much money off of Haiti. It was unbelievable. All the money that was donated and everything else. And in fact, the rumor was that it paid for Clinton's daughter's wedding. I mean, that's how brutal it was. But the child trafficking, there's a lot of money. The biggest one is with the NFL, when they have the NFL going. That's the biggest time of child trafficking.
That's the biggest time in any type of trafficking, even prostitution, everything else they say, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah. But the child trafficking is. I mean, you don't hear that they saved 3,000 kids in Minnesota. You don't hear anything about that. You don't hear about who they arrested. No, you only hear about the negativity of ICE agents persecuting and everything else. And then you can put this. You want to play that video? Might hurt some people's feelings, but.
Okay, I'm going to play that, and then I got one to play about emails, and then we can go to something else.
Good. I know it's a little raunchy, but the whole thing is, it's true. They all lied. Everything. One was a drug dealer. The other one was a big paid organizer, and the other guy was a nurse, to make them believe how great he was helping people, and he was the biggest piece of shit out there. I mean, and then usually karma hits everybody. Well, they got hit. Yeah. All 3 of them.
I'm gonna play this here.
With Jeffrey Epstein during his final decade? At The Economist, we have analyzed 1.4 million of Jeffrey Epstein's emails. We found the 500 figures who appear most often and analyzed their relationships with the sex offender, building a picture of the people in consistent contact with Epstein after he pled guilty to soliciting sex from a minor. This is a list of some of the most well-known figures that appear in Epstein's emails. David Stern, an aide to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Larry Summers, the former U.S. Treasury Secretary, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associate who's been convicted of sex trafficking minors, were all in consistent contact with Epstein. Our data shows that some people were emailing with Epstein hundreds of times a month, like the physicist Lawrence Krauss,
and the banker Ariane de Rothschild. To understand just how much Epstein's network reached into almost every area of society, we've also divided the top 500 people by their industry. If you exclude Epstein's emails with his staff and business partners, 19% of messages with his top correspondents were with financiers, like Jess Staley, the former CEO of Barclays. 17% were in academia, like the immunologist Boris Nikolic. They were politicians like Peter Mandelson, Britain's former ambassador to the US, and Ehud Barak, Israel's former prime minister. And people from media and entertainment, including the publicist Peggy Siegel, the journalist Michael Wolff, and the filmmaker Woody Allen. The list also contains at least 18 current or former billionaires, including Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. All of them were in touch with Epstein after his plea admitting to sex offenses in 2008. Most of Epstein's correspondents say they didn't know about the scale of his crimes. In such a vast data dump, the quantity of emails alone doesn't give you the full picture of the nature of their relationships. So we mapped the number of emails sent and received. Ariane de Rothschild sent many more emails to Epstein than she received. Lawrence Krauss and Epstein sent similar numbers of emails to each other. Some people received far more emails than they sent, like Bill Gates, who was bombarded by messages between 2014 and 2016 and replied to relatively few. He was, however, happy to meet Epstein in person on a number of occasions. This analysis gives you an insight into Epstein's relationships and network after his plea deal, but many emails also detail the ongoing abuse of women and girls. We also used a large language model to score every message on how disturbing it is. And buried among 1 million mundane missives are over 1,000 that are LLM flagged as highly worrisome.
Yeah, I saw that video this morning. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it just gives you a breakdown of, of how much, like with the Rothschild sending so many to Epstein, you wonder if that, the Rothschild is the one that was directing them, or him, or whatever that is.
Yeah. I see Artie Bull put a comment in there about Bannon, about an interview. I saw that too. There was an interview apparently took place after Epstein, I think, was arrested, wasn't it? Or charged. That's what the big issue is that Bannon was dealing with him after he was convicted of being, shit with children.
Yeah. Is Bannon a white hat or is Bannon in up to his knees? You don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure because of Bannon was in the financial side of things and with
he worked for Goldman Sachs. He was
Goldman Sachs. I'm sure he kind of knows him because of that. So I mean, some of the stuff may not be as right away where people think, oh, there's a connection with him and Epstein. It may be because of his purely financial reasons from back in the day too. So
I'm not protecting. I'm not defending Steve Bannon. But Steve Bannon was a Navy SEAL. Plus, he was in naval intelligence. Plus, you don't know.
I didn't know Bannon was a SEAL.
Oh yeah, he was Navy SEAL. Yep.
I know he's a SEAL. I know he's in the Navy. I know he's wasn't he a high rank in the Navy too?
Yeah, but he was started as I know he started as a SEAL.
Well, remember he was a movie producer too, and that would put him right into the realm of all the pedo stuff and everything. So if he was a white hat, the perfect position for him would be to be in producing movies or getting involved in it so much, because you're going to get ties into Hollywood that way, or Hollywood, however you want to say it. But with his CIA, once you're intelligence, in my opinion, you're always going to be intelligence. I don't think you ever get out of it. So just because he's in the emails doesn't make it salacious that he did anything. It just means he could have been placed in there to be getting information. Like I say that with Trump in Atlantic City all the time. I swear down he was an FBI asset.
Once the files came out, then you saw like Bannon and Trump starting button heads again. You know what I'm saying? So why did that happen? And why all these people starting now?
Well, remember the first term, and when Bannon left the White House, and Trump started with the sloppy Steve comments, right? He was calling him sloppy Steve, and he was kind of ripping him, and then for a while, he kind of stayed away from him. So who knows? I mean, who knows?
I met Bannon at a dinner, and I spoke to him, and this is what he told me. He says the reason why I left the White House is because I could be more
effective. Yeah, outside or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For
remember
Trump.
him saying that on the show. Yeah,
Well, he said that to me, before he ever said that on the show. So,
yeah.
because you also always had that, that blackboard where he used to write stuff on, and used to use a lot of stuff in his head, which he was very smart in that. But some people, if they start getting itchy about being accused of something, then they retaliate. I mean, I get accused of a lot of stuff, but I don't retaliate. I have to. I love to, but
I would love to retaliate sometimes too. I'd love to get a hold of some of these people that did shit to the kids. That's what upsets me more than anything else. The money laundering and everything that's going on, we all assume that was, that's the truth. And I've known about like the satanic shit for a long, long time. And I know there's other people that have too. And you could talk to your blue in the face and people look at you like you're nuts. And now we're finally being vindicated. And I'm going to tell you, I think normal people, all the conspiracy theorists, and apology for all the years that you get denigrated.
I want to disagree on one little thing there. I'm with you, but I want to disagree on it. You said we're finally being vindicated. Mm-hmm. Until there's accountability, we're not vindicated, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we know things have gone on, right? We know, but until there's actual accountability of conviction, what? What?
No, I said, why don't you put the Trump thing on you then? In case she can't understand what you're talking about.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? No, what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is we're not vindicated until there's accountability. That's my point.
I don't know.
General Flynn went off the handle about the accountability. That's all. Everybody's asking for,
And accountability could come in so many ways. The 2020 elections shit. This stuff with the satanic stuff with Epstein. This stuff with these people that are. All these. Ghislaine Maxwell went to jail because of all these people. Apparently, she hooked up with little kids.
Oh, you froze. You froze.
The deep state froze me up. But I said, Ghislaine Maxwell went to jail because of all these apparently issues with kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, there was people she was peddling these kids to. Why aren't none of them in jail?
You know why? Because right now the government's closed. They shut it down, a partial shutdown. Bondi just did the hearing last week where she basically set the trap on everybody. Once they dumped those files, and then they watched where their emails are going. If they were looking up their name or whose names they were looking up and everything. I still think that there's stuff. This is just my opinion, but I still think stuff is going on in the background. We're just not privy to it yet. But that they're slowly making the net around. There's no way that they could ever start doing arrests or anything like that unless everything was all done. Have you seen any of those sealed indictments come unsealed? We haven't seen any, and there's something like 195,000 sealed indictments. What are they going to do? One big reveal? They can't arrest them one by one. I think they would have to, just my opinion, I think they would have to do mass arrest at one time, or otherwise everybody's going to know to clean up. And I think they got everything. I remember when he used to say, Trump, all the time, we got it all. We got it all. I think through the NSA satellites, I think they got it all. I really do. But I think it's making the case is what's taken so long.
Right?
Well, the other challenge is, where do they bring those indictments? Right? They take them in the D.C. court area. You might as well wipe your ass with those indictments because they're not.
That's the thing. They got to bring these things to other states or something like that.
Maybe that's what the delay is of trying to, like you're saying, George, different states. Maybe that's what the delay is, trying to figure out.
Yeah, those indictments are all across the country. They're not just in one spot.
But what gets me pissed off more than anything is we have a lot of Republican attorney generals, okay, which they could bring up anybody on charges. In any state.
Yeah.
Okay. The Democrats did it to the Republicans, but for some reason we ain't doing it to them. Especially now.
Yeah.
Which they should do stuff. And that's the problem. There's so much crap going on. It's unbelievable. And there was an argument supposedly, I was trying to find it. that Trump got pissed off at all of them and said, if we don't take care of these Epstein files, I'm going to fire everybody. That was his words. Because he is getting pissed off. He's getting hit by the media. He's getting hit by the asshole rhinos that they got now. This, the uniparty's on his case.
Mhm.
He's lied to. Nobody's telling him the truth. He's going through the whole same shit he was going through in 2016. You got the buffer, Susie Wales, there that doesn't make the stuff come there. She does a lot of decisions for him because he wants a deal about the world and he wants to put peace across the whole world. Me, I wouldn't give a shit about the world. Take out Iran and that's it. Come back home and do America First policies and that's it.
Yeah.
Take care of what we have to take care of here. But Iran, people says, oh, we're going to go into another war at another country. That country is fucked up. I mean, they cover so much. Did they put that photo up? I want to see. Hold on. There's so much involved. Let's see if I got it here. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, here it is, right here. Yeah, put this photo up there, Betty Grable. Look what they're involved with. This is Islamic Republic, Iran. That's what they're involved with. Hamas, Hezbollah, and even here they funded all the protests here with all the with the Iranian flags. The Palestinian flags and stuff like that. They funded all this shit. China's funding all the. I wrote a whole speech thing. I was fit to be tied about. They were talking about stuff about the students here and the anchor babies and all that other stuff and everything else. You got 280,000 Chinese students here in America. In our colleges, top colleges. Then you get the shit colleges. The foreign students get better opportunities at the colleges than our people that are born here. Middle Eastern, they got over 1 million of them here. I mean, look at all the stuff, the opportunities about taking this country down. And don't think it's not a plot. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Everybody says I'm a conspiracy. No.
Well, remember the government. Remember the government used to give people money. Like you come, sorry, still do. You come from another country to start a business or do something where you wouldn't get that same opportunity as a.
Well, Italy pay to go there to take over a house. They'll give you. They give you $2,000. I'm going to move there. If nobody's going to fight here, I'm willing to fight. I want to fight. A lot of people want to fight. And
well, Ramadan starts this week. You can.
Oh yeah, no worry about Ramadan. We're going to do a nice burning of the Quran.
Are you going to the Ramadan festivities?
Yeah, I'm waiting for all the. I liked when they take over they're controlling the speakers. That was pretty good.
Yeah, look at the speaking of controlling the street. This is Dearborn, Michigan for Ramadan. It's like they decorate like we do for Christmas.
Yeah, but they will make us put the Christmas shit up. They put their shit up. Don't think they're not going to put this stuff up in other states.
Well, Dearborn's the only exception because that one there was a Muslim guy in Dearborn that actually bought a Christmas tree for Dearborn. I remember that this year. But they take over the whole damn city. They don't care. It's conquest.
And they got 2 Sharia courts in Texas. Give me a fucking break. How did that happen? They got 2 Sharia courts and what do you call it? Yeah, well.
Well, as long as you don't have to go in them, I guess. Imagine George going to a Sharia court.
Oh, I want to go.
What the fuck is this shit going?
Yeah, I think they'd stone him to death or hang him real quick.
Well, George, we had. Don't forget, we had. Didn't we have these?
I take a shower in pig's blood.
Didn't China have the what was it? Some type of police precincts in our country?
Oh yeah, and New York City, California, and what was it? Minnesota? Was it Minnesota? No, Missouri. 3 places. New York, right in Chinatown. So here you got all these. You could see when you come to here in New York, you see all the people in Chinatown. They took over Bensonhurst. They got the ducks hanging out of the fucking windows there in Bensonhurst. All the pizza
Bensonhurst ducks.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, Villa Bati's still there, the pastry stores and everything else. But that, I'm gonna take a ride there. Supposedly, maybe during a week, I'll see my sister. Then I'm gonna go someplace else. So maybe I'll come and see you, there, Shawnee boy.
We'll get some good pizza.
Yep.
Well, the way it's supposed to be made.
Hey, listen. When I was in Italy, I was walking through Venice, and there was a thing says it was an Italian restaurant, right? I go there, the Chinese guy standing outside. I said, "You cook Italian food here?" He said, "Oh yeah, we cook good Italian food." I said, "Okay, that's good. This is one place I didn't." They're buying places like crazy, and they get money from China. What happens is the people that come here from China, they're on a loan. They have to pay money back. They can't just come here for nothing. They're paying a lot of money.
It's not just money. They also have certain things they probably have to do.
They got their family hooked up over there. Yeah, they
may have to send certain information back. Whatever. There are certain things they have to do.
Wait till he loses that $6 million house he's got. They're gonna come there.
Who's that?
My brother-in-law. He's got a house. He's got a 6-family house across the street from New York High School. And I told him he should have sold it 2 years last year. And he didn't want to listen. So they could do eminence domain. Hey, you got too many people houses here, and you're charging too much rent. You got to lower the rent.
That's right. It's rent control, right?
No, his house isn't rent control, but they can make it rent control.
Yeah, that's what they
they own that property. You don't own your property. Nobody owns their property.
No, he said Mondale said what he was going to do, that they were going to, if you were going to sell, that they were going to take over first rights on it and everything. But, we were talking about that Epstein and everything too, but that Munich Security Council meeting was this past weekend. And this is Rubio. I thought he was pretty good. He did real well.
Let me just make one more point, because I think you asked him a question in order to see if you can get him against us with something about, you criticize. A lot of countries didn't like what we did in Venezuela. That's okay. That was in our national interest. I'm sure there's something he'll do one day that we don't like, and we'll say, hey, we didn't like you did this. So what? That doesn't mean we're not going to be friends, we're not going to be partners, we're not going to be able to cooperate with one another. Countries express their opinion all the time. We have very close allies that didn't like what we did in that regard. I can tell you what, it was successful. We're proud of it. It was necessary, because the guy was a narco-terrorist. And we made him a bunch of offers, and he chose to tore them out. And look what's happened in Venezuela in the 6 weeks since he's been gone. Okay, it's got a long way to go. There's still much work that needs to be done, but I can tell you, Venezuela is much better off today than it was 6 weeks ago.
He did real well.
His face. No, did you see the other guy's face? He doesn't let any Muslims in his country. He doesn't let any migrants in his country. The president from Hungary, he does not. That gate's closed. It's closed, and like I said, they forget all these asshole liberal tarts that they are. They forget the 20 million that came in, counting 20 million. There might be more. The whole thing is that how much money is costing the taxpayers? What happened to the $19 billion in Minnesota? We're looking for
more, George.
No, we're looking for Gundry all the time. FBI's looking for Gundry. Everybody's looking for her. Let's look for why that money went, $19 million. Enough with this $19 billion. And you got jerk off California for $79 billion. Money. All the blue states do not want to give out the voter rolls. They want to give out who's on Medicare, they got a lot of fraud out there. Billions and billions of dollars. But we're looking for somebody that's lost. That's okay. Just bring nobody here. And they're throwing the gloves all over the floor. The evidence. Just keep on going. And the biggest news is, do you know she's missing for 3 weeks? What about the $19 billion that's been missing for months?
What about all the kids? That's the one that gets me.
Yeah.
All the kids.
Right. They forget. They found 3,000 kids there in Minnesota, right? And the total that they saved, Tom Homan said, was 125,000 kids that were trafficked. We went down the Texas border, Arizona. I saw all this shit there. Now they're finally getting an agreement that we could go, the SEALs and the Delta Force could go on the other side of the border of Mexico to attack the cartel. They just got permission because they got no fucking choice.
Well, that's what it's funny. Last week when the airspace got closed down in El Paso, that was apparently because there was cartels were sending some type of drones over the border.
right
And that's
over
why
there.
the airspace got shut down. They were knocking the drones down. So I'm sure the cartel's a little worried about what can be coming their way.
Well, the whole thing is they did. In fact, there was a video you saw one of the border patrols shoot one of the drones down.
Yeah.
Yep. And the whole thing is that's they're getting, and you know where are those drones coming from? Let me think. Is it from China maybe, or Iran? Iran's very well in those drone stuff and everything else. So I mean,
yeah, Iran. Yep.
Yep. And China, North Korea. What's it? The whole thing is that they're trying to take, no matter which way you look at it, they're trying to take this country down. There's the color revolution. I wrote a whole big thing today about what was here, what was going on, and everything else. And guess what? It doesn't got shared because I talked about the Muslims. I talked, there's 3,500 mosques throughout the United States. They tell 90% of the imams are radical and telling the things that we're taking over the United States and we're going to take over the West and make Sharia law here and all this stuff. They're saying this shit. These guys should get arrested. You're in this fucking country. It's America first. Your pledge is to America. You come in here and shitting all your radical stuff up. Play the next video. That would be good.
Well, what's the next one? Because I want to go back to Munich.
Tell me what you're going back to.
Munich about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. And we can play this other one after that.
All right.
He has betrayed the West. He's betrayed human values. He's betrayed the NATO Charter, the Atlantic Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. A lot of what has been done before to try to make sense of how difficult it is to restrain people who want unaccountable power. And none of us in this room, including all of us on this panel, would choose to live under a regime that was so unaccountable that it could act with impunity the way that Putin does, except that's who Trump is modeling himself.
Well, first, I think you really don't like him.
That is absolutely true. But I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world. And I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
What I think Trump is doing in America, I think it is reaction for something for some policies that really went too far from the regular people, too far from reality. So we saw the cancel culture. We saw the woke revolution.
I love that he called her out.
Yep. You should be in jail, you rag. Did anybody check her teeth and see if she got any blood in her teeth?
I know, wasn't that Rich, her speaking like that when she was the one that was in charge of so much shit?
And that's why she should have got arrested in the first place. When he first said he was going to do it, he should have done it. He should have done it, and he knows he should have done it.
Well, she said she really doesn't like him, but she liked him enough to invite him and Melania to her daughter's wedding.
Oh yeah, what about all the money he donated?
Her and Bill went to Trump and Melania's wedding. Yeah, they were there.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm. She liked to go to the wedding. Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that clip up because I liked seeing her get her butt handed to her by that guy about how they told her.
I had that clip too. I was going to bring it up. That's funny. So you brought it up. I was like, oh yeah, that's when I have set aside here. So that was.
Oh yeah, don't tell her that because I found.
Well, George, sometimes me and Trixie are right here.
I know, but she always.
You're too busy fighting with her. I'm not.
Every time I say I downloaded videos, oh, I have that already. Oh, I have that already. Oh, I have that already. Then I'm not gonna fucking download anymore.
I'm just thorough. I sent
her a couple of videos and she says, "Okay, Mark." No,
yeah,
just kidding.
Are you talking about me, citizen? That I sound like a bitch? I am not. You better be talking about Hillary.
No, I think Hillary.
I hope so, because I just looked and saw that, and I'm like, geez.
The chat's been using.
You're talking about Tracy. Yes, you are. Right?
Yeah, you look at George smile now. You're happy now.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You made my day. You made my day, citizen. You made my day. Thank you very much. That's like Clint Lisa, just make my day. Yes, thank you.
I don't know. I just that Hillary though, she needs to be slapped down so many different times. But here, I'll get to your clip here, George.
I want to compare this to something else that we always brought up. So let's see if everybody remembers.
Okay.
I want to tell you that one of the biggest things I discovered in my work was the existence of a supranational committee composed of 300 men called the Committee of 300, also known in intelligence circles as the Olympians.
300 people you've never heard of. They don't hold office, they don't give speeches, they don't campaign, they don't need your vote. And he's not talking about the secret societies you've heard 100 times. This is what the headlines never touch.
This is the committee that runs the world. Now, in my book, The Committee of 300, I name every one of them. This is not a book that talks about they. It gives you specifics.
Now, this is one of those videos that rarely stays visible for long. But what you're about to watch will explain a lot of the strange things happening in the world right now. So, let's get right into it.
Who and what is the Committee of 300? Well, I've dealt with that. I've told you this is a supranational body that knows no boundaries, respects the laws of no countries. The first time that they were publicly announced was by a German socialist by the name of Walter Rathenau. Now, I'll give you some background of Walter Rathenau. He was the financial advisor to the Kaiser of Germany, and he was also the financial advisor to the Rothschilds, the French family Rothschild. So he must have known what he's talking about. He made an astonishing statement in 1934. He said, there is a committee of 300 men that rule the world. They are known only to each other, and nothing happens without their consent.
This isn't about symbols, or handshakes, or a club everyone already suspects. This is the top of the chain. At least that's his claim. The structure nobody sees. And as this man will explain, every organization has its place. They all fit into a hierarchy. But at the very top, 300 people. Pay attention to this part.
I came across this quite by accident when I was serving in Africa, in Angola, and I was given a series of documents which were only supposed to be handed in to top-level people. They were what we called above the top level of classification of intelligence documents. And there I discovered that whilst I thought I was in Africa fighting against the invasion of the communists, I was in fact fighting to introduce socialist regimes in the black African countries, and that I was actually working for a committee called the Committee of 300, also known in intelligence circles as the Olympians.
This isn't someone guessing from the sidelines. He's describing a moment where the story didn't match the mission. He thought he was fighting one enemy. Then he claims he realized he was building something else entirely. And that raised a different kind of question. Not who's in charge, but how high the chain really goes. His name is Dr. John Coleman. And he frames this as a 25-year-old investigation shaped by intelligence-level access. Let's keep going.
In 1986, I wrote a work called Mind Control, Metaphysics, Extremely Low Frequency Radiation, and Weather Modifications. And in that work, July the 8th, 1986, I said that the top-level intelligence organization in the United States was the National Reconnaissance Office, far bigger than the CIA and any of the other intelligence agencies. And by the way, we have about 10 different ones in the United States. I even had the audacity to give the address of this organization. 3 weeks ago, Mr. Sam Donaldson, the gentleman who wears that beautiful toupee so effectively, he came on with the program in prime time, and he said, this is one of the biggest scoops that ABC has ever had. And he told about the National Reconnaissance Organization. The exact same thing that I published 8 years earlier. I tell you this to set the stage so that you'll understand I do have some experience and that I know that of which I speak.
So here's what he's doing. He's not just making a claim. He's planting a marker in time, 1986. And he says he named the organization, before the public was even supposed to know it existed. Because once you understand that layer exists, you stop thinking intelligence is just spies in meetings. It's reach, it's visibility, it's who gets to see the world first and who reacts second. And if a system...
It's taken me 25 years to come to the conclusion.
Okay. Now, everybody sees the thing about 1994. Is this thing still playing? Yeah, it's still playing. If you remember a while back, we brought up that chart, the same chart he had. We brought it up on one of the shows, what we did with all the CIA, all the ones that were.
I have it on here.
Yeah, that's But look at the year 1994. What else started in 1994? And you saw that he showed about Angola, Africa, about converting them to communism, and they came into with the Muslims coming in there and everything else. What they did in 1994, the European Union was created. Okay, the European Union was created, and they all had to agree, the 31 countries, that they had to take migrants, which were majority Muslims, but they used the word migrants. And look what's happening to England and France. They're being taken over. I mean, look what happened to this British woman got arrested because she said something about the Muslims in her country or something like that. And the freedom of speech is just gone in England.
Well, England, if you put something on social media, you can get arrested.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is what he did, what he was talking about, the program that started in 1994 was the year, because in 1993, the Trade Center was hit the first time. In 1993. After that, 1994.
That was the bomb, right? You're talking about the bomb
in the basement, right?
Yeah.
In the garage. And then 1994, after that happened, then the European Union was created in 1994. And that's what was brought up on the top of the screen about 1994 when they brought it to a head, because what they did is they merged those 300 people that he was talking about to convince the European Union to come with one currency of 31 countries was the euro. Italy lost their currency, which they were pretty good on their own with the lira, because they could fund their own money and with the gold that they had and stuff. But once the European Union took over, they had to go to one currency, which they wanted us to go to the same currency they were in. If everybody remembers that. But we
I remember that.
Yeah.
Then what happened was, if you notice, Russia, China, and India wanted to start the BRICS.
Yeah, BRICS.
Right. So now Trump says, okay, we ain't recognizing that money. So now they're gonna start with the dollar again, which would backfire to gold. So that's why the whole golden age shit is happening. But everything is all tied in. I don't know if I'm going off the ballpark. I don't see if anybody got questions in here.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not it's the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
I'm gonna blow up that fucking computer of yours.
Nobody's got questions.
I'm gonna send a virus in there. You know, you got the PC. I'm gonna take it right down. You what? Just give it up. Am I being abused? See, who said that she was a bitch? Right? Correct.
No, they said no. They were talking about somebody else.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. Let me see. Where is he? I'm looking it up. You laugh? I hope you pee your pants. Laugh so hard that you pee in your chair, and then you gotta go get your pens.
Oh, boy. Keep going, George.
Everybody says I pick on you. Yeah, all right.
Wait a minute. I think this is what you want to hear, George.
And more asylum officers. President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of this. That's what he said either. We had the safest border in the history of our country.
I'm gonna hook up with Mark because you two are abusing me.
Oh, you know what? Here's a number you can call: 1-800-666-4823, and that's for the elder abuse number.
Okay,
I'll dial it for you.
Get done.
So X is apparently in an outage right now, they're saying.
Who?
Access?
Yeah. It just got reported on Fox News, but I have it up, but it was hard to
What was that? What
muster
happened?
there.
The X went down. You know, somebody was saying they had trouble with Rumble this morning too, a little bit. So it's probably I don't know. There's so much information going out. They're probably doing that on social media on purpose today.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, it's been awful.
Let's look for that body. Let me tell you something. That body, that they ain't gonna find that body. That's done, guaranteed.
Oh, for Guthrie.
Yeah, that's over.
Somebody I can't remember. I wish I knew who it was in the chat. Had a really good point. They said, "What if that guy drug the body way out in the desert so the animals could take care of it?" I'm sorry I didn't catch who said that, but I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah, but you would see something, some type of.
Well, you see the skeleton.
The way they're looking for it, you would find.
You mean like drag marks? There's what you're saying, like drag marks in the sand or something?
Drag marks, you would find. I mean, there would be body remnants. I mean, there would be buzzards all over top. You would see, birds or something. I mean,
that's with that acid stuff. That's what they destroy that body away.
Oh, yeah,
bones and everything done, gone, goodbye.
Do you remember the Standard Hotel? And I'm pretty sure it was the Standard Hotel. It might have been a different one. Where that one girl, they had video of her. She got in the elevator and she was looking around and talking to herself, and she was by herself on the trip. And then people that were staying in the hotel started complaining about the water, that it tasted really awful and there was something wrong with it. And somebody from maintenance went up on the top of the hotel, and that they have those big water storage tanks.
Yeah.
There was a body in that storage tank, and that's why the water was tasting so gross. And how that girl got in there, I don't know, because it was like a heavy lid on it. So so how in the hell did she get in there and shut the lid on herself and everything? They've never solved that. Yeah. And they were finding that acid in the drain system by the Standard Hotel. So they were dissolving bodies there. They were probably using the water holder up on top of the building.
Yep. Yeah, it could dissolve it right away. But pigs just eat the body. They don't eat the bones too, do they? If they consume, if you put it in with the pig farms.
It'll do bones too, but it'd have to be in there a long time for bone.
Yeah.
But the meat, the flesh, and everything would be dissolved really, really fast.
Yeah, that's
Jeffrey Dahmer had a whole recipe online for that.
Yeah, Red Ginger said, yes, Josh Shapiro ruled a suicide. Yeah, that's the infamous murder that happened in Philly not too long ago, and he was DA, and they ruled it a suicide, which there's no way it was a suicide. Crazy, but it's this lady. I don't know. She could be in Mexico, as far as all we know.
Yeah.
Right?
Wouldn't it be crazy if it turned out that it was Guthrie herself that did something? I saw over the weekend they were talking about how she was off on sick leave or something like that, and the ratings actually went up with her off.
Yeah, they said so. Well, I'm sure there's people probably watching to see if they're saying anything about her, but they're saying that I keep on hearing that she may not be going back to them either. I don't know. I think her contract's coming due or something like that. So
what's the guy that was a newscaster in New York? His name is Lionel. What's his last name? Do you guys know? I can't think of what his last name is.
Why you?
Because I saw a clip over the weekend, and he was talking about Guthrie having problems with the show, and that because when she went on leave, that the ratings actually went up. She was afraid she wasn't going to get her job back or something like that. I mean, there's so many things that it could go to, but I still don't think it's right. There's something really wrong with the whole thing. We've been saying that since the very beginning on here, that there's something seriously wrong with it.
Are you talking about a radio guy in New York or a TV?
No, he was on TV. A short little guy, dark hair, glasses. His name's Lionel. I know Nut probably knows who it is.
Anybody in the chat?
Nut might know. No, it's not Lionel Richie, MK Hart. I can't think of what his name is, his last name. I don't know. But anyways, he had a whole thing about Guthrie on over the weekend.
Bye, Jane. Have a great day. Bye, Jane. Jane's leaving.
Yeah, she didn't. She was having she didn't like our Epstein talk. She didn't like listening to it. She said
Okay.
A lot of people can't listen to it. They don't want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's.
I don't want you. We can't. I don't want to. We talk about it. I don't want to get into the really details of the shit. I don't know.
Well, I think some people get mad because there's where's the accountability, right? When are we going to see accountability on anything? I think that's the big thing. I think that's where people are getting aggravated at, is there's no accountability.
Yep. And that's the main thing. General Flynn says the same thing. Dan Bongino says the same thing. Mike Schwartz says the same thing. And Byron Donald says the same thing. And then it got, everybody's more worried about the missing person than the accountability that's got to happen. Oh, we'll put the whole FBI on that. We got to see, because what happened is the whole mainstream media. Oh, Trump's not doing enough to find the body, and now the whole thing is chucking off on that thing, and everybody's just forgot about the billions of dollars. Go back and forth about the $1 billion that are lost and everything else. It doesn't matter. Take your eye off.
Sodak has some good news in the chat. Her friend Jessica from South Dakota, canvassing, has been invited to meet General Flynn this Thursday.
Oh, tell her that he knows me. Tell her that she knows me.
Well, that would be a lie. Technically, she doesn't know you, George. She knows.
Tell her that. Say, I know George Calola and
you
General
can't
Flynn.
start a relationship.
You remember Jessica? She was on here. We had her on about the election.
Yes.
That was the lady that was on here. Yeah, somebody's bringing up what they said. Jimmy Hoffa's probably in the files. That wouldn't surprise me. Jimmy Hoffa, they never found him. Supposedly he was underneath the Pontiac Silverdome. What was he at that Red Fox?
The Giant Stadium.
Yeah, Giant
he's gone. He's gone. Nah, he went into the meat grinders at the Italian butcher. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I remember when all that happened.
A lot of unsolved crimes. I just can't believe with the technology today. She's on the heart pacemaker thing. Think if they fly.
They got helicopters now flying around with sensors. The thing is, she's gone. If the heart ain't working, that pacemaker ain't working. That's it.
Well, I guess the pacemaker stops, doesn't it?
Well,
no. So
no, the pacemaker will, even if your heart stops, the pacemaker will still run.
Okay.
So they should be able to catch up like a digital signal on it. I don't know how long it'll run, but it does run after you pass away.
It's got the
battery operated. Huh?
Yeah. You notice, one thing, a lot of people that got the vax wind up getting pacemakers.
Atrial fibrillation.
That's right. It was by the vaccine.
Yep.
So that's another big thing the companies are making money on. Let's put a pacemaker in them. Oh, yes, siree, yes. Oh, I gotta pay my medical bill too. My shoulder cost me $250, $150,000.
Wow. That's an expensive shoulder there, George.
It's titanium. You know what I'm doing? Every time, once in a while, I'm breaking out in a rash from it.
It's not the titanium. I told you it's not the titanium. You can't.
Anybody ever see Tracy's head spin around when she gets banned? Like Linda Blair in the wedding.
The Exorcist?
Yeah, Exorcist. That's how she spin around.
I never get mad.
The best time she spins around is when that dog cuts one under the desk. That's when you see her spin around.
Yeah, then I'll spin around. No, I don't get mad very often. It takes a lot to get me mad.
You know how Marco Rubio, they keep on saying he has all these jobs that they keep on, right? Like another job for Marco, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Well, he's actually gearing up for his next job for next month.
Well, the coaching job's over.
I got the video.
Yes.
Ready? Here it comes.
Well, he's ready for the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, here the Easter Bunny's there. Here he comes next month.
Did you see how fast he put that outfit on?
Yeah, look how quick he's moving quick now.
Look how fast he puts that on.
Yep, yeah, he's moving quick now.
Yeah, watch. Wow, that's unbelievable how good he did that one.
Yep. And he was out giving a speech this weekend. He's unbelievable.
Let me tell you something. I told you. I met him a few times. I met him a long time ago when he first ran for the Senate. I didn't like him. And I told him. We
You
bought
didn't like him then?
Well, we bought 150 bikers. They wanted a big biker group getting there at this at the bar called High Octane, and he came out.
What was the bar called?
High Octane.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not it's the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
You think you're fucking funny?
It's the accent. See that Trump says the accent's a little bit tough. That's so funny.
I'm sorry. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get that clip. I'm telling you, I'm gonna stick it right up your ass. That's it.
I think that's the clip of the. I think that's the. Listen, I can't speak for everybody in the chat, but I think that's the clip of the year.
What's been 501 days? One citizen. It's been 501 days. That yes, Tracy has abused George. 100% right.
No, I don't either. So Clinton, you know how we're talking about evil people all over though. This is kind of good. It's short.
You're evil.
Maybe.
There's a reason that they're not in prison. The reason that he was in the White House for 2 terms and she was Secretary of State, because they are very slippery and they're very smart. They're an evil pair. I think she's probably the brains behind the operation. I don't think we'll get much on them. I know a lot of people are wanting us to get them, and it'll be great clickbait, I'm sure. But I think when it comes down to it, they'll either bail or they won't answer very many questions and be very evasive and be very smug. Because in this world, there are 2 forms of justice. Those like the Clintons and for the rest of us. The truth is that we're not going to, I don't think it'll boil down to anything, and that's going to make a lot of people mad, but I believe that's
just like what we were saying. Yeah,
I agree with him. I said that you're not going to see that, and they're not going to say anything in this thing. It's all going to be I can't recall, or I was told by my attorney I should plead the fifth. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that too, or because it's closed door hearing, they'll be able to talk classified information, but if they do, we'll never hear about it, even when they come out, unless Adam Schiff is in there, and then he runs to the camera all the time.
Well, only if it's against Trump. But that's why they went on stage saying that they wanted to be out in the public and everything else, because now they put that public persona out there. They got nothing to hide, and they want to tell everything, right? But that's not really the case. So
I want to see her have a psychotic break though, and do it while they're doing that, so she can do that wow face like when she was looking at the balloons. It's going to be pretty stressful for her if she's on psychotic medication to be doing that. Yeah. So maybe they volume her up or something before she.
They may up her dosage that day.
I would, because look how she acts.
Yeah.
I mean, that 9/11 ceremony, something definitely was wrong with her when they loaded her up like meat in that wagon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, and they denied it and kept saying that wasn't even Hillary. Well, yeah, it was. We're not stupid.
Well, how many people probably saw that and got very nervous, and maybe that could have switched some people's votes back then. Thank God. So that was God sending a sign.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny because she left her shoe there too. I mean, they drug her right out of her shoes.
Yeah.
It looked like when they threw her in too, they kind of like lifted her up and tossed her.
Yeah.
She was definitely gone.
Yep. Yeah, she was going down. So.
Yeah, but Trump supposedly, I still love that question to Trump that they asked him at the press conference about the eating kids and everything. I remember when that happened. Flynn was a real big one on that one, like George said with his sister too, about the kids. And then remember, what was that one name of that movie, The Sound of Freedom? Remember all the controversy about that too, where we were talking about that movie for the longest time, and how it was true, and then it came out that parts of it were fabricated for the storyline and stuff like that. But the gist of it was that, there were these kids all being trafficked like that, and they just disappeared. Look at Madeleine McCann. She disappeared over in, was it Portugal? And the people that the wanted poster that they have for the 2 suspects look just like John Podesta and his brother.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's been child abductions for many, 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 many years, right? Mm-hmm. And they're not for good reasons. That's for sure, right? They're not for good reasons. So, it's horrible.
Yeah, well, You know, everybody's gonna take the carry. You know what? You know what the thing is? There's all these people, all these Democrats. Not one of them has ever apologized to the angel moms that have died in the hands of illegals. None at all. None at all. They're more protective. And we had Ann Elizabeth on, with the drug stuff and everything else. But there's angel moms that are unbelievable. Not one of them ever say anything, And they made one of the illegals that they were trying to defend. He's trying to get deported, right? Well, it's got to. I don't know. It's got to get back. Something's got to happen here. This is fucking crazy. There's got to be accountability someplace, somehow, some way. It's got to be done. Everybody says, let's wait. What's his name came on? John came on and says, be patient. Davis came on. He said to be patient. The attorney for President Trump. Everybody says to wait and see. Wait and see for what?
I keep on saying today, there's no time in history as of today. It's harder to probably commit a crime than today. With all these Ring doorbell cameras, with all these traffic cameras, right? There's cameras all over the place. But look how long it took us to get to the bottom of the DC bomber guy, right? The DC pipe bomber.
Mm-hmm.
Because they suppressed the evidence. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a white guy in a MAGA hat, they would have had him on. They would have had him next day.
That guy's the fall guy. I don't even think that's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a fall. I mean, I don't know. I think it's probably the guy, but I just think if it was a different, flip it around to like a Trump supporter type of MAGA guy, white guy with a MAGA hat, they would have had him the next day. They would have had him all over TV and insurrection and all that stuff. So it didn't go for the narrative that they want, I think, is the problem.
Well,
yeah, but look at all the white vans involved in all this shit. Remember the DC sniper supposedly was a white van at one point. There was a white van out in front of Guthrie's.
White vans in front of J6 too, the Capitol when the J6 happened.
There's always white vans involved, and that's how when there's a white van, I always think it's a government setup.
Well, it's funny. I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine years ago about what you said. And if you think about that, if you look at so many vans are on the road, there's so many white vans, right? There really is, like delivery stuff and all. I mean, now Amazon, they're all blue or whatever, but there was so many. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine, like probably 10 years ago about this. I remember him saying, he says, just think, he goes, just during the day as you're driving around, just look around and you'll see a white van all the time, whether it's a plumber, whether it's a delivery truck or whatever. And at the time, I remember doing it as I was driving around. I would see white vans. Once you start looking for something, you see it all the time. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of there is a point to that, though, Trix. But there is a lot of white vans out there delivering stuff.
Yeah.
Well, don't you drive one with candy in it?
I used to, but no more.
Oh,
put this photo up.
Which one? There's
the one
two.
with the glasses on. The one. I just ordered.
There you go.
I just ordered these glasses for you on Amazon.
She could use a white van.
No, Trixie. I got these glasses for Trixie. I ordered them on Amazon.
Oh, I can't wait to wear them. I'll look so cute.
Oh, yeah. Especially
better to see you with George.
So I would love to see who she ran against over the last couple of years. And put the two pictures side by side. Just on picture, you would vote for.
Just say, who would you vote for?
Yeah, just on picture, you would vote for the other person.
Yeah, she's pretty skanky looking.
Hey, look, I was in an advertisement for Trump, and Trixie saw it that she just bypassed it. She even recognized who was in it. See, look who was in it. President Trump put this up as a as an advertisement, and I'm standing right there, and Trixie said, "Oh, I looked at it, just passed it right by. I didn't even recognize it."
I was reading the copy on the bottom when I seen it go through. I wasn't looking at the picture when I saw it was in the end. I was like, I should have went, oh, look, my Spidey sense should have went.
Okay. Glasses, it'd be perfect for you.
That's good.
Yeah.
But you could put up that, what's her name, the Congresswoman?
Delorio.
Rosa Dolores. She's an
Italian. You could put up a picture of Ronald McDonald and her and say, who would you vote for? And Ronald McDonald would get more votes.
Her name is Rosa Dolores, and then she's the ugliest Italian I ever saw in my life. I don't know what the hell she is. She must have got electrocuted or something. She is the ugliest woman I ever saw in my life.
That's not a woman. I'll stand by that's
well, you could listen that ugly, right away by looking at her, she's a Democrat. That's all. I never saw an ugly Republican woman. Every one of the Democrats. You got what's her name, Maxine Waters. She looks like a James Brown with a wig on. Look how ugly she is.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if Florida for Trump saw that clip we played for him last Friday about the wig snatcher.
Oh, what about what's her name? Debbie Wasserman Shits there.
Woof woof.
Yeah, she's ugly too.
George, is she's from in Florida? How far is her district from you?
Oh, she's on the other side. She's in by West Palm Beach South.
Oh, is she? Okay.
South of West Palm Beach. But they put her in again, and they cheated on that one. We know that one. That's a fact.
They cheat. The Democrats, that's all they know how to do.
She hates Israel.
Yeah. Well, it's after 10, so we're going to have to.
Everybody, let's say.
We're going to have to. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
If you didn't break my balls during the show, I got to go play with him a little bit.
I don't understand what you just said right there.
That's what I said too.
I can't understand a word he's saying. It's not it's just the accent. It's a little bit tough for me to hear.
I get a hysterical laugh every time I say that. I can't.
I know it's funny. I do it because it's funny.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. Let me hear. I do
He does it out of love, George.
Yeah. That's what she's. Yeah. All right.
That's a sign. Yes, I never pick on anybody being mean. I always do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna raid Mike Schwartz today. Let's see. What should we play here? Oh, since George got his feelings hurt, I'll play your song for you, George.
Till the whole damn room learns what I said. Protect what's mine. That's a blood-borne vow.
You wanted to? Oh, you want suspicious? Okay, we're going. Where are we at? Get ready to go.
Yeah, you don't even know where to go.
4, 3, 2, 1.